In this part 3 of the video, I will explain the circumstances that facilitated Hitler's aims that further occurred with the outbreak of new international crisis from the Italian invasion of Abyssinia in October 1935. Abyssinia was a member of the League of Nations, and the invasion led to the breakdown of relations between Italy, Britain and France with the imposition of sanctions. Though League could not afford to lose Italy due to rising fear of German rearmament, and also the loss of Japan as a member was a great setback for the League during the Manchurian Crisis of 1932. Till 1935, Hitler was focused on his eastern borders. In 1936, he turned his attention towards Germany's western borders. According to the Versailles settlement, Rhineland had become a demilitarized zone to guard French border area with Germany. It was a key element in French security, and any attempt to remilitarize the area was highly provocative. Meanwhile, the situation in Europe helped Hitler to proceed further with his plan. By that time, Italy had invaded Abyssinia, and it was clear that France and Britain would be too busy not to intervene in Germany's affair. Nevertheless, some of Hitler's senior generals were concerned that France would take military action to defend Rhineland. Hitler assured them that he would pull out in case of French retaliation. The Germans sent 10,000 troops and 23,000 armed police into Rhineland in March 1936. There was no response from the French or Britain. Now the question comes, why did the French show no resistance? Actually, France could not take decision independent of Britain, who was sympathetic to Germany and felt that Treaty of Versailles was unjust, and they also felt that it was the right of Germany to take back their lost German lands. France also feared German rearmament program and did not know exactly that German force was relatively small compared to French and could be stopped easily. There was another reason for no action in Rhineland by the League members. The Abyssinian Crisis the same year had provided Hitler an unusual opportunity. Britain, France and the League of Nations were overwhelmed by the crisis in Abyssinia, and there was a reluctance to get involved in any more conflict. Hitler was now able to reposition his troops along the French border. In Germany, Hitler's popularity was growing because he had erased the disgrace of the Treaty of Versailles. After Rhineland, Hitler moved to his next objective. By that time, Hitler and Mussolini grew closer together. Mussolini had left the League due to imposition of sanctions on Italy during Abyssinian Crisis and found Hitler to be a formidable ally. With the outbreak of a civil war in Spain in 1936, both Germany and Italy sent support to General Franco's forces, a like-minded dictator. Hitler's motives for getting involved were twofold. One was to test his military skills after being rearmed, and another was to install a like-minded government in Spain. Hitler definitely gained from the war. It paved way for the formation of alliance between the dictators in the form of Rome-Berlin Axis in 1936. Hitler broadened his alliance by signing anti-Comintern pact with Japan in November 1936. In 1937, Italy joined this pact, thus finally paved way for the Tripartite Agreement of 1940, an alliance of Japan, Italy and Germany. Now with strong backing of alliance, Hitler in March 1938 sent troops into Austria. He had been resisted there in 1934, but 4 years later he encouraged no military resistance. Italy was now an ally, and Britain under the leadership of Chamberlain felt that the Treaty of Versailles had been wrong to enforce a separation of Germany and Austria. Hitler has seized opportunity when the Austrian Chancellor Schuschnigg had called for a referendum over the issue of Anschluss. Hitler's excuse for sending troops to Austria was to make sure that the vote was conducted peacefully. In fact, he was alarmed by Schuschnigs holding plebiscite and wanted votes to be in Germany's favor. With his troops in place, the vote was overwhelmingly in favor of Germany, that is 99.75%. Hitler was now strengthened not only by the Austrian armed forces but also by the country's rich deposit of gold and iron ore. Tension in Europe increased as Hitler prepared his next move.